everyone, this is Taku Mastrangelo, and I'm making a recap video on what I learned from modules 1 through 7 in my Computer Science 101 class with Dr. Roubeau. Without further ado, let's get started. In Module 1, it gives us a broad overview on the types of technology there are, things like computers, hardware, software, programs, data. Even gives us history, such as how computers evolved from vacuum tubes to transistors, even showing us the first ever personal computer. The book talks about aspects like embedded computers, right? Stuff that you wouldn't expect is a computer or has a computer, but actually does, things like an ATM, vehicles, printers, even objects like that help the disabled, right? Hearing aids as such. There are use cases of technology that even help out the environment. But going down to a more specific use case or aspect is the web. Now, the web is basically a collection of web pages, right? And you have access through this through the internet. Now, you can get access to the internet by connecting your PC to a modem or hotspot, and with this you get access to a bunch of services. Now, these services are like e-commerce, which is a way to have a secure transaction online, right? Especially if you're using services like Amazon or eBay to have online shopping, which allows you to buy goods from all across the world, right? You can even have access to online search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo. I'm pretty sure is another one. This lets you get access to information and research. Now, you need something to access all of this, right? And that's where hardware comes in. And to put it simply, hardware is an object, a physical object, okay, that can receive inputs, can produce outputs, it stores data, it connects to the internet. So things like your laptop, desktops, phones, that's all hardware, right? And there's even devices that are capable of extending what the hardware you have can do. So like something like a speaker, right? Or your keyboard, even a printer. That's all something called a peripheral device. Now, I do want to mention that whenever you see a computer, there is a physical component inside called a CPU. And now this is a processing component. It's kind of like the brains of the computer, right? And the memory of your computer is something called a RAM or ROM. And this kind of goes into our next section called operating systems and file management. Now, put it simply, every single computer has an OS, okay? And every single one is different. Now, what is an OS? It's basically something that lets you interact with your system. And most of them do use a subscription model to use. Not all of them, of course. I'm pretty sure Linux is open source, so it's free. Operating systems also do allow you to manage your files, which are just sets of data, such as text, photos, videos, and your operating system will allow you to access it and find it, right? And another aspect that stems from this is apps or software. Now, apps and programs mean the same thing, right? They're interchangeable. But basically what a software is a set of instructions that tell the computer or device how to work. And usually it needs a user to interact with it, something using like a keyboard or a mouse. But apps do come in many different ways. There are native apps, which are specific for the operating system, made specifically for the operating system. There are web apps, which are stored on the internet, so you can only use a browser to access it. There are mobile apps, which are downloaded on a mobile device like a phone. There are even portable apps, which run on a removable storage device, right? this PowerPoint that I made using Microsoft PowerPoint is an app, right? I'm recording this with a software called OBS. That is another app. Now, those are things that apps are capable of doing. And with all of this creates information. With abundance of information, you want to protect it. So how do we protect it? Well, we have something called cybersecurity. And cybersecurity is basically any step you take to protect your data and electronics. And what are these attacks that you can face? And two broad names are malware and then trickery. And trickery can come in like phishing emails. Malware comes in like a Trojan virus, right? Something that looks normal but is actually malware. These attackers had many names, like script kiddies, hacktivists, cyber terrorists, etc. If you want to protect yourself, it is recommended to use a unique password with every account you have and store it in a password manager, something like Bitwarden. I'm pretty sure Microsoft has their own, I'm pretty sure Authenticator it's called. You should also always back up your data, especially when your device gets corrupted. You'll have your data safe. Even downloading anti-malware software gives you a little bit of protection that you might feel safe. Now, all this information, what is this information? And a lot of it that you will have is digital media. And what is digital media? Well, a lot of it comes in the form of entertainment, like video games, videos, memes, graphics that you see. So sites like YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, that is all digital media. And it's mostly user created, right? Someone else has to make this media. Businesses even contribute to this as for marketing. You can also use hardware to create this media, stuff like cameras, mics. There's even software such as a way to edit software, even pictures, things like Photoshop. And there's a video editing, I want to say DaVinci. I may be wrong. But if there's something that you need to do, it is out there to create media. Now, the book goes into great detail of all these forms, and I really hope I hit the key points that I thought was really important. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.